if the law of attraction is real, then how come the dreams you've always had are still just dreams? If the cosmos responds to your deepest desires the way they say it does, then how come you do not yet have the life that you want? Let's do a little experiment here that will lead you to the answer. First, quiet your mind and just listen to me and look at the pictures. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to pay very close attention to how you answer it. Okay? Ready? Here's the question. What dream means the most to you? Do you have it? Okay, now, rather than talk about the dream itself, let's focus on what happened in your mind right after I asked the question. The dream that means the most to you leaped up in front of you, didn't it? For a brief moment, that dream was right there in all of its glory, staring at you. And then you pushed it away. You had to push it away because it's too intense. It's too incredible. You had to give up on it because you have wanted it your whole life. And since you don't have it, that must mean that God is not going to give it to you. Then you started to wonder, why won't God give it to me? What did I do wrong? How come others get to have it, but I don't? Then your practical mind took over and you switched to a dream like, I want more money. And all of this happened in a nanosecond. You didn't even think these thoughts. They just happened instantly without you doing anything. If you think about this honestly, you will realize that you go through this process over and over again all day long. Really, you are never thinking about your dream. You are always thinking about something else. You are always thinking about not having your dream. That's why the law of attraction seems to attract the opposite of what you want. So what do you do about that? This is where things get kind of tough, because as soon as you start observing what your mind does in just a nanosecond, you begin to realize just how difficult it is to change what your mind does. How do you change the thoughts in your mind before you even think them? Here's a method for you. Thoughts are like drugs. We think certain thoughts over and over because we are addicted to them. If you understand it in those terms, you can solve the problem. If you want to overcome an addiction, the first thing you need to do is to change your lifestyle. You need to avoid the situations where you take the drug. Telling yourself that God won't give you what you want is negative. Avoid anything that reinforces that negative belief. For example, mainstream media reinforces the negative. Media shows you people who are also not getting what they want, or it shows you what you don't have, or it shows you people who seem to have everything that you don't. There's no wisdom there. It's just drugs, bad drugs, that make you repeat negative thoughts over and over. Start controlling your mind by controlling the media that you consume. Consume less of it, for starters. Spend more and more time creating your own thoughts. Do this actively. Do it artistically. At first, this will seem like it requires a huge amount of energy. That's a symptom of withdrawal from an addiction. After a while, you will actually have more energy by doing this. If you change the thoughts you actively create, then eventually the thoughts you do not create will also change. It may take a long time, years even, but it will work. And that is the absolute truth.